Okay, so you'll see here we have same directions, triangle. One of the things you need to notice is here's your right angle. So that means that 17 is your hypotenuse. Okay, so keep in mind we always need to know what's the opposite, what's the adjacent, and what's the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is 17. Our focused angle is theta, so here's theta. What's opposite theta is 15. But I don't know the adjacent. This value right here is what I don't know at this point, so that I can find my 6 trig values. So we need to do the Pythagorean theorem. So you have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Remember, c is always your hypotenuse, so in this case that's your 17. So adjacent is what I don't know. Opposite is 15. So we have a squared equals, and I'm going to subtract 15 squared there. So I have, let's see, we subtracted 15 squared. Let me back up here a little bit. I forgot to multiply those out. I was thinking ahead too fast. So we have 15 squared here. So squared. So we have a squared plus 225 is equal to 289. So now I'm going to subtract 225. We have a squared equals 289 minus 225. That's 64. So a is equal to the square root of 64. So a equals 8. So our adjacent side here is 8. Okay, our adjacent side is 8. Now, I'm going to take a minute, let you get that written down. Okay. And now we're going to do the 6 trig functions again, using those definitions for what we know. So hopefully you have this all written down. If not, you can always back the video up and pause it so that you have that written down. So one of the things you always have to make sure is you have the value for all 3 sides of your right triangle. Alright? Okay, so now we've got, I want to write this down again so I remember. SOHCAHTOA. So we're going to do sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent. Cosecant of theta is just flip it over. Secant of theta is flip it over. And cotangent of theta is flip it over. Okay? So, take a moment, kind of study that. Think about our steps. Pythagorean theorem to find our missing side. Write the ratios based on their definitions. All right? Questions. If you have questions, make sure you make a note. And we're going to use that now to help us apply it to finding missing numbers in a triangle.